If you could grant me one wish, just one, I'd ask to experience this game for the first time again. Words cannot express how much I missed the era when everything wasn't familiar. This strange, convoluted platform where every experience felt new and exciting. The feeling of goofing around without a care in the world. It was truly wonderful. As time goes on, my playtime diminishes, and yet, I still haven't quit the game. Why? Why do I keep coming back to this game? What's so fun about it that I can't give up? I'm not sure. Honestly, I can't tell you why. But what I can say is that this game, while it has its drawbacks and low points, there's not a single instance where I've logged on and not laughed.
Yo, free SG, free bundle, free banjo.
Draw Outlasta.
I've now spent more than 3,000 hours on this social game, which is a mind-boggling amount to say out loud. There's one world I always visit whenever I hop on though. Which is this place, my home world, the Star Festival, my cozy place, my safe area. A breath of fresh air before the chaos ensues. When I'm not running around in just B Club, this world is where I like to hang out. The music is super relaxing. I could fall asleep every night in here. There are many spots to visit, including a parkour section if you collect all 8 red coins, with a funny cutscene at the end that I won't spoil. But I especially like the balcony that oversees the old plaza. Most of my Twitch streams used to happen up here before hopping in a public instance. When I sit in here, it becomes a place of self-reflection on my time in the game and my life in general. Am I proud of what I've become? Did I make someone's day better today? Those are the questions that run through my mind. Oh, and speaking of streaming, I really miss doing those. When I browse the VRChat section on Twitch, it's completely dominated by mute streamer doing wiggle streams. Something I'm just don't find entertaining. I get that some viewers find comfort in that content, and that streamers need to make a living, but personally, it's just not for me. On the other hand, my streams were centered around what I would personally enjoy watching if I was a viewer, to which no streamers so far can captivate it to the same degree. I would actively chat with the viewers and go around public instances to showcase conversations with strangers. Some people have social anxiety, and my streams gave them an outlet of confidence. This is not to say that there aren't any good VRChat streamer at all, but the overwhelming majority follows the same trend. An annoying situation that I've also noticed is that some streamers don't always label their streams correctly with the 18+ tag, which can be misleading for viewers. Another platform that's popular in the VRChat sphere is YouTube. Although a grand majority of the content crosses the line from trolling into outright harassment. Other videos speak negatively about the game, painting a bad picture of the platform as a whole. That's not to say that all content related to the game is bad though. Some YouTubers like Jameski still makes funny and enjoyable videos. Being one who only roams public instances, VRChat does have its moment of awfulness. But in general, you will not be exposed to that type of interaction on a day-to-day basis. Of course, with time, friends will come and go. That's just how life goes. Some have still stuck around to this day though, the OG ones you could call them, but some others have just faded away. My ideology of this platform hasn't changed. It's a great place to make new acquaintances that can become long-time friendships. Not too long ago, I've reserved a Saturday night to reunite all the close friends I've made along the way, and it was a success. We had about 20 attendees at one point, and we got to reflect on our journey all the way back to the first Just Be Club, my true beginning of VRChat. Everyone has a different perspective on you, influenced by which stage in life you've met them, which got me thinking, what do my friends think about me? I've gathered a few of my close friends and put them through the gauntlet. I asked all of them a series of questions that would help understand how they see me.
I am Budokai Man. Some might say I'm his best friend, at least on VR. I might be his only American. No, I'm just kidding.
Hi, I'm Scrimpy, guys. I'm 23. I work a full-time job. That's about it.
My name is Pandora. I'm the only one I'm the original from VRChat.
My name's Don't At Me. I play this game on the weekends ritually, and I drink every single time.
I've been playing this game for probably about coming up on 4 years now.
I've been playing since 2018.
I like furry avatars. I'm a furry lover, not fully furry, but I like to chill out a lot, but I don't have a lot of times. Well, I don't have a lot of time to hang out with friends because it is too much sometimes. I only give at least like 10 minutes. That's what I try my best to do that.
We met in Just Be Club 2.0, just after the lobby. I believe it was to the right was the balcony area, like that wasn't like the rooftop, but it was the outdoor section. It was the door just before. And I saw your ass. I had your Abby like turned on, and I believe you recognized my name. I guess we ran into each other sometime before that. And you stopped me and you were like, Budokai, I met you before, right? And I just looked you dead in the eye and I said, no. And the rest is history. Who would have thought?
It was on Big Club, 100%. 1.0, I believe. I think it was 1.0 because I rarely went to 2.0. I rarely went to that one.
4 or 5 months now. No, probably more like 3. I think it was around November. Didn't I meet you because some guy was way too drunk in a B club? We were just sitting there staring at him.
Fuck if I know. I'm serious, I don't fucking know. Am I supposed to know this? Yeah, exactly. Fucking pay me out to be a bad person. See, it's fucking... I think it's gonna just be. I think so. You were talking to a bunch of femboys or something.
Like that social aspect, as someone that grew up more on like console games, never on like any like massive multiplayer stuff. I've done the whole like gameplay aspect of like multiplayer games just going back to back. That's all cool, especially the game chat. My favorite part was actually the game chat more times than not. So when I got a PC, a friend of mine hit me up and was like, hey, there's this game called VRChat. Kind of just talks to people. I'm like, all right, let's try it out. Jumped into, I think it was like Cozy Apartment, just saw people talking, just kind of chilling and vibing. And I kind of immediately knew like this is gonna be like something for me, like to try and just chill out. It doesn't always work, but when I get that chill vibe, it's kind of like tranquil, honestly.
What I like from VRChat is that I can hang out with friends that, I don't have to travel. I don't have to go crazy, it is more easy to hang out with friends. It can be funny, like I can play games here as well, like I like to play shooting games here. I can play that. Some people are kind of cool, That's why I like VRChat.
I guess it's the social part of VRChat. I guess that's the whole point of the game, right? It's just like you get to socialize. Just being able to talk to people is a fun time. Meet a lot of different people on here.
For a really chill guy, it's never a dull moment with you. There's always like something, either it happens to both of us or just you, just me, but when I hang out with you, like I know like it's gonna be a good night.
That's the thing I like from you. You go straight to the point. You wanna tell like you talk. You don't have to talk like a lot. You just go straight, pretty much. And you're cool. Yeah, no bullshit, no filter. You're cool.
Your ability to hold a conversation like a normal human being instead of being weird. That's probably a big one that really matters to me. Other than that, I mean, you're kind of just chill. I don't really like a lot of people that are like too active. Like usually when I hang out with you in this game, it's mostly like this kind of shit. Just sit and talk. Not like, let's go play a game. We have to play a game tonight or I'm getting off. I don't do that shit. That's so boring.
You're a good person, easy to talk to. What else can you expect from this game, I'll be honest?
I think it might be because when I've seen you struggle with it, you know damn well I've struggled with it too. It's kind of just like learning to let something, like a situation, anything, just kind of letting something like go past you is more times than not sometimes better than to try and like force yourself into a situation, keep something going. It's much better in my experience to just let it go. And I'll see that in you. Like I know you've called me out plenty of times we're doing the same thing. I hate a strong word, but it is one of those things where like I see it, and I'm like, damn. I kind of wish like we both could like learn that a lot sooner than we did.
Damn, that's a hard one. That is a really hard one because we hang out, but we don't really hang out like a lot. So I really haven't seen like your negatives a lot. The one thing I hate about you a lot is that you play a lot of beer pong. I never seen you win.
You keep up too much, way too much. And I'm not saying that I hate it, like I don't like that you do it, but like there are times when I can't answer, and it makes me feel bad because you keep up so much and I don't, and it makes me kind of mad. Well, not mad. It makes me sad for myself because you want to keep up, and sometimes I just like don't. And it's not because I don't like you. It's just because like I get busy and then I forgo, and then like you text me again. You're like, damn, you forgot about me. I'm like, fuck, I did. God damn it. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, everything else is pretty chill.
Oh, I mean, I already said it already. You're French. Dude, this car stinks. Car stinks. Bad. I mean, there's not really much. You haven't done me wrong. Like, I don't know. There's nothing really to point out.
We are all unique in our own ways, and we aren't perfect. Life would be boring if we'd all be the same. VRChat is a great tool to improve as a person and evolve who you want to be in life, but it can also be a double-edged sword. People fiend for drama over here, which is why I stray away from it as much as I can. The way you treat the game will absolutely dictate your enjoyment and experience on this social platform. Regardless of what you do, you will be judged by everyone. Even though the irony is that you have the liberty to be whatever you want. I can't count how many times I've been labeled as a femboy or having my sexuality defined by others to what they want me to be. That's the only logical explanation for those who assume what I am, even after I've told them who I really am. When it happens, I just tend to go with the flow and either move on from the topic or ignore them. To get back on track, I'm lucky to have made friends that I can resonate with. Countless nights of random discussions while witnessing the most absurd situations. There's never a time to feel sad, and in a game like VRChat, where connections can feel temporary, having even a real few ones can make all the difference. One feature that really helps with meeting new people is, of course, the game has entered a new era, one that will completely transform the player's experience. We were teased about this feature all the way back in July of 2024, but it was officially released in beta back in December of 2024. I've covered the age verification system numerous times in my recent videos, as it's been a hot topic for debate. Some users have raised privacy concerns, which I've covered in detail in my last video. I still stand by the fact that it was a much needed option for the user base. While I understand that there will be bad actors, it is our duty to report them and have the developer team deal with the situation. Many comments stemming from my previous video still demonstrated fear and worry about personal data handling, which I completely understand. I still feel this was one of the developer's better decisions, since the only other option is having virtual bouncers age check you at the entrance of a world. As you'll see in the following clips, it generally never ends well.
God damn it, dude. You need God fucking damn it, dude.
Hi, can I have your age and date of birth, please?
October the 8th.
It's kind of a security risk if I say my age. I don't like saying my age.
Okay, bye.
We don't take the age verify, bro.
Let me ask you this question. Would you rather trust a random stranger with your personal information or an official ID check? To me, this shouldn't even be a question. Now, what will be the impact on the overall culture of the game? Well, it's still too early to tell if I'm being honest. Your guess is just as good as mine. Initially, I believe the game would definitely become more adult-orientated in those age-restricted instances. But so far, after having the chance to participate in such an instance, things felt exactly the same, but better. I'd go as far as to say that players were calmer, and the amount of trolling was considerably lower. Only time will tell how this feature will truly impact the community, but things are looking more positive than ever. After all, I spent a while in this game. My thoughts have changed with time. The first episode of this series, A Journey into Virtual Life, was very light-hearted, an era of ignorance to what will become a dark path of my playtime on this game. It focused around explaining what the game is like to new players and the equipment that can be used for an enhanced experience. It wasn't bad overall if I'm being honest, but when rewatching it, I do cringe at a couple of things that are wrote in the script. It was my first time at making a longer format video with a voiceover, and it was pretty apparent. But it was essential for the future of my video making hobby. Some things that I said then still holds up today, like how people spend way too much time on the game, and how groups of crashers still exist to this day. VR gear is still a luxury. A full body kit runs upwards of $1,000. Now, the second video delved more into sensitive topics and personal experiences, which looking back, it was a pretty harsh video, hence the name The Harsh Truth. This was at a point in my life where the true reality of adulthood came into full effect. The endless 9 to 5 weekdays until death surely didn't help. Also, the terrible state of the game made me honestly consider quitting entirely. VRChat was beginning to implement quality of life features that grew on me over time, but there are still some that leaves a sour taste in my mouth, like group public instances, of course. At this point, I'm happy with the progress that the VRChat developers have achieved, and the numbers do reflect this thought. Back then, I thought VRChat's decline was inevitable, but now, I see that it's not just the game that changes, it's also me. And maybe that's why I never quit. At peak, there was more than 150,000 players on New Year's Eve, which is hard to put into words. For reference, this would put in the top 5 most played games on Steam, but that figure includes Quest players. Overall, I appreciate the game more than before. With all the hours I've spent on this platform, I've learned to enjoy it to its fullest and avoid all the negative aspects. How can I go on without talking about the newest iteration of the map? Yes, there is a new one. Just Be Club 4.0 was released not too long ago, right around New Year's Eve. Its popularity rose to the top once again, inhabiting different types of players, which I'll explain why shortly. The creator of the map decided to stick to its root and keep the same point of interest. The bar is fully fleshed out with many seatings, the penthouse is still present with the usual 4 rooms and a VIP for those who pay the subscriptions, a brand new terrace area with a giant slide that drops in a now reasonable sized pool, and much more. Generally, this map is a hit, and everything I was hoping to be implemented was added in some form, except for the VIP lounge. It's still the same since Just Be Club 2.0, but we've been told that it will be revamped in the near future. The best thing, personally, to come out of the map is gambling. You're now able to play poker on one of the 3 stations available. I believe this is the new main hotspot for the map. Overall, the layout of the map is generally good, but the spa is a pointless area. It gives the same feeling as the enclave from second Just Be Club, in which no one would use it. One of the most controversial features added to the world was the security gate. To anyone, this seems logical and simply a minor addition, but to me, this shifted the whole vision of the map for the worse. With age verification now being a thing, moderators from group public instances, yes, I do still hate group publics as much as before, will now sit at the front gate and verify users vocally. That would be fine in theory, but some power-hungry moderators treat Just Be Club like a full-blown roleplay world. Think Midnight Bar or Sunset Bar VRC. They literally work shifts like a real job to moderate instances, and they don't even get paid. Some group moderators will completely disregard the official age verification procedures and still ask for age and date of birth, which is terrible for user privacy. If they're going to do this, then what's the point of the official ID verification in the first place? I asked Blue, the creator of the map, if he'd reconsider the feature. No luck. I was basically told, I'm sorry you feel that way. You may wonder if things change in my personal life, which honestly, I'm at a point where major things have stopped happening. As an adult, it's all about surviving, trying to keep up with real life events. looking at you USA with your tariffs, and thinking about what I want my future to look like. Since the last video, I've lost 2 relatives, both my grandparents. It's rough seeing someone you've looked upon your whole childhood, suffering, bedridden, and just wanting peace. I'm never going to hear the many stories he wished he'd have had the chance to tell me, although I'm grateful of the time I was able to spend with him. The many times he'd show up at our house out of nowhere. He would always ask for a glass of white wine and hang out with us. Being a cancer survivor, I cannot imagine the struggle he had to go through. When I was younger, he had a stroke and collapsed on the ground, having to be reanimated by the doctors. My aunt witnessed everything. She was traumatized by the whole situation, and she would never wish that upon anyone. On the other hand, my grandmother was affected by Alzheimer's disease for around 15 years, but the symptoms became worse around 5 years ago. Before the disease, she was a very loving and caring grandmother, taking care of me every day while I was playing Mario Kart with my cousin. I'd hang out there every weekend, and she'd give me $5 to go to the store and buy some treats. That was back when things were more affordable. Unbeknown to us, her future would end up shifting for the worse. She needed constant care, and I feel sad for my mom. She lost the 2 people that meant the world to her. But on the bright side, she did everything she could, even if it meant that she'd be destroyed mentally and physically. And I'll forever be proud of her for her sacrifice. We're all going to die one day. It's a gentle reminder to enjoy every precious minute of your life. Don't let others dictate how you want your adventure to be shaped. You are the captain of your ship. To wrap up this 3000 hours video, I want to say that this game changed me as a person for the better. I've met the most wonderful friends one could ever ask. It's a great platform to express myself in ways that real life wouldn't give me the opportunity to do so. As time goes on, the developers of the game will continue to improve on their users' experience, and so far, I can say with confidence that the state of the game is better than it has ever been. While life has its low and highs, there is always a game I can hop on after work to distract myself from all the negative stuff going on. I would like to give a personal thank you to you, the viewer, for watching this video until the end. I can't state how much it really means the world to me. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below for what video I should do next. I will read them all as usual. So, as I've hit 3000 hours, I ask myself, will I ever quit this game? Probably not. Maybe at 4000 hours I'll have an answer. Until then, thank you for watching.
Because we bricked up. Why did you look down? That's the crazy part. Why did you look down, dude? Dude, can you stop looking down?
I'll do one with the mask, and then after I'm done, I'll take the mask off and then kiss him on the mouth. I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking ahead. Thinking of his head.